Hey everyone, Tankenstein here, and welcome to this episode of Stock To Spaded. In this episode, I'll be bringing you the Pz.IV J. This is a currently rank 2 battle rating 3.7 medium tank in the German ground tech tree. And this is actually an optional tank, so one that you do not need to purchase and crew in order to move through the tech tree, which makes it perfect for Stock To Spaded. Now, as always, what I will be doing in this video is in the first match, I will be giving you a totally stock experience, going over some of the strengths, weaknesses, so on and so forth, what's good, what's bad. You guys know the deal. In the second match, it will be somewhere in between, so about halfway spaded, and then finally will be the third match in which it is fully spaded. And throughout the process, again, I'll be kind of going over various things I notice about the tank as I get closer to being fully spaded. And then finally, I'll be going over if I feel that this is worthwhile actually purchasing, crewing, and spading. Again, it's especially important because this is a totally optional vehicle and something that a lot of people might actually want to know. So that said, a lot of people might also have the question, what's different about the Pz.IV J as compared to the Pz.IV H, in which it sits in the same exact spot in the tech tree? And essentially, the Pz.IV J is a late war variant. It was Germany's attempt at simplifying production of the Pz.IV, and as a result, it does not have a powered turret drive, and it also has slightly simpler road wheels, essentially, with the chassis of this vehicle, but otherwise it does have a slightly slower turret traverse speed, which might actually be fairly noticeable in game. But with that said, let's get into a few matches here, see what we can do. Again, first match stock, second match halfway, third match spaded, and then I'll go over whether or not this is worth it. Let's get into it. So some things to note right off the bat, being that this is the stock match. This is a very slow vehicle. It's one of the heaviest variants of the Pz.IV, and it really shows, especially with the unupgraded engine. This vehicle just does not want to move, and while it's not absolutely terrible, you know, it's especially compared to some Russian heavy tanks, it is slow. I mean, like, this thing is actually slower than what you might find with some Russian heavies, which is unfortunate if you like this. But that's also symptomatic of pretty much every single Pz.IV in game. I mean, good luck getting a fast Pz.IV, at least in the beginning. They get a little bit better, of course, as you get more upgrades, but there's not really any one Pz.IV that I think anybody could consider to be fast. Secondly, it has awful turret traverse. As you could see right here and zoomed out, it is just not good. And again, the reason for that is because it has a hand-cranked turret traverse, if I'm not mistaken. It's unpowered, I know that much. And that's because of the worsening war situation. Oh, that Germany fought near the end of the war. Boom, bada, boom, boom. So this, I mean, Pz.IVs are more or less equivalent, at least in theory, to the capabilities of M4s. Now, an M4 could easily wipe me out, but much the same, I could easily wipe out an M4. A lot of it just comes down to armor. So let's see. Got a second kill here. Can I get him? 3 kills! I don't know what's going on here, guys, but this is my stock match, and I think I'm going to keep it. Wow, 3 kills. So I don't have any sort of way to repair myself here. So hopefully I don't die, but I do still have enough things going on. So I'm going to move. Wish me luck. I got 3 kills, 1 assist. Not too shabby. And again, I mean, believe it or not, actually, in other Stock To Spaded matches or games, I actually fully researched the vehicle, and then I retroactively removed certain modifications to, you know, more or less recreate a Stock To Spaded run. In this video, I am literally stock. I've not played this vehicle before. This is just how it is, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I guess, depending on how you look at it. Got the kill. Ah, he killed my ally. Gosh darn it. I hate that. That's one of the other real big advantages that you get with the Sherman as opposed to this. Shermans have a stabilizer. This doesn't, of course, and you know, that really, really stinks, because if I had a stabilizer in that case, he would have been knocked out before he killed my ally. But of course, you have to stabilize these things because, or, well, not stabilize, but you have to come to a full stop and wait for your gun to stop moving. Otherwise, you are dead in the water, you know, especially if they decide to fire at you or if someone else sees you because you had a missed shot. There he is. Got the shot off on him. Perfect. Got the assist. Not too bad. As I've always said, assists are they're pretty much just as good in my book as a kill, unless it was something, for example, somebody stole your kill, which, unfortunately, as I'm sure many of you could attest to, happens quite a bit. Actually, a few matches ago, I had somebody, I was in an aircraft in ground RB, I shot down another aircraft, an enemy aircraft, and literally probably about 50 to 100 feet off the water, as he's literally spinning out of control because he lost half his wing, my ally comes and takes my kill. It's just like, what's the point? What's the point? It's so rude. Anywho, we have ourselves an AA vehicle here. Perfect. Got the cannon breach. Not very difficult. Got the kill. Perfect. So I'm 5-3-1. Not too bad. And that's what I mean. If you can stay protected with this thing, or somehow, even if you get hit, just manage not to die, kind of like how I demonstrated, you can do quite well. Okay, we have a vehicle over there. I don't know if this AA notices him. I'm sure he does. Looks like an M3 Lee. Perfect. It's this turret reverse that's really killing me here. Nice. And he's dead too. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We have ourselves a lot of kills here, guys. 7 kills, 3 assists, 1 base cap for a total of 2,100-ish points, which unfortunately, I wish that we could... Nice! I wish that we could get nukes, but they don't have that this low of a VR. I feel like we got someone else coming up over here. Yes, we do. Had someone. Boom shakalaka. Okay, honestly, guys, I did not expect this. At all. At all. This is a miracle match if I've ever seen one. Like, what is going on? I've got 10 kills, 3 assists. Holy guacamole. Now, I don't know... Oh, whoa. What? What? Okay, here we go. I am gonna die. 12 kills, 3 assists. Wow. 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 What are the chances, guys? Well, I guess let's get into the next match where I'm halfway spaded, but to be quite honest with you, I'll probably be about halfway spaded after this match. So I guess I was right. That monster first game actually gave me about halfway spaded. So here it is. This is literally my second match with this, and I'm halfway spaded. Now, I don't think that that's a typical result, to be quite honest with you. I think that this vehicle benefits immensely from having its top shell being its first shell. Kind of like the Tigers and the Panthers and the, well, Tiger 2s. You know, a lot of German shells, their best shells are their first one. You don't have to unlock anything else. So that goes a long way towards being a very good vehicle stock. Now, this is still slow, but I do have the engine upgrade. And one thing that I totally forgot about that this has over the Pz.IV H is the fact that this has a grenade launcher. A single grenade launcher at that, so you can actually target your grenades, which is very, very nice. But, you know, there is a slight increase in speed here with just the engine upgrade, which is very nice. You know, it's still pretty slow, but not that bad. Okay, there's an enemy over there somewhere. Got a, oh, wow, whoa, whoa, there's somebody who's flipped. What? I don't even know where I'm firing. Got the kill. Perfect. M10. What a weird thing to see happen like that. Now, I don't really think that I'm going to hit a match that was quite as good as my first one, and I hope you guys understand, you know, I mean, that was like one of those one in a pretty long time matches, at least for me. And, you know, while I did amazingly well, in my opinion, it also is largely due to, again, this having an excellent stock shell, but also just as much, I was facing a lot of noobs, you know. People don't really know this game as well as me. Okay, perfect. Not perfect. What? Oh, no. Woo! Lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Time to turn this bad mamma jamma around. So, not a bad second match. 2 kills, 1 cap, 1,133 points. Again, I'm not really going to have a match quite as good as the first one. But again, I think really, so long as you're good at aiming your cannon and you get the first shot off and no one's really killing you, this vehicle stock is just fantastic. So here we are finally in the last match, fully spaded with the Pz.IV J, and this thing looks so much more menacing with these tracks, these Ostketten. And if you guys don't know, the Ostketten means Eastern tracks, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but I believe that's what it means. And long story short, historically, they were used in the Eastern Front, where tanks had trouble getting traction because of all the snow, mud, so on and so forth. Ice, for example. So they figured wider tracks, better traction. And I suppose that's actually very true. And it also functions that way in War Thunder. Now that said, it does make it look a lot meaner as well, because of course a wider tank is a bigger tank, and a bigger tank, in theory at least, is a meaner tank, like kind of like a peacock, you know, for example, how they kind of throw their feathers out there and try to make themselves look as big as possible. This is kind of the same idea. Now, of course, the tanks don't make you meaner, or the tracks don't make you any tougher to kill or any better necessarily. I mean, a little bit. Shermans are not always the easiest kills in the game, I can tell you that, especially around this BR. They are, they can present tough nuts to crack. So move up a little bit more on them. Got the kill, perfect, right there. Oh my god. Whoa. Ooh, that's not good. I'm gonna start making weird, funny noises here, because I just saw an enemy. Now, the turret traverse, regardless of the fact that I do indeed have the horizontal turret drive, it's still booty chatter. It's butt cheeks, if you will. It's not good. You know, I think it's around 10 or 11, and that's with an expert crew. Without an expert crew, you know, like, let's just say, for example, if you are just picking this vehicle up, and you are a relatively new player, you can probably expect really, really bad turret traverse times, unfortunately. Probably somewhere around the order of 7-ish degrees, maybe 8. It's not good. But overall, I mean, my first match with this, I had something like 18 or 12 or 13 kills, 3 assists, and a base cap. And that was when I was fully stock. Now, the reason for that is because of the shell. The cannon and the shell are what make this vehicle. The upgrades and all that, they do help. Like, I mean, for example, I am moving quite a bit faster, even despite the additional weight carried by the quote-unquote add-on armor, which is really just some track armor. It doesn't do much, just 20 millimeters of armor here and there. Suppose it can help in so far as autocannons are concerned, but that's it. And this vehicle is just... it is better, but not to the point where it's a revolution. And so I do really like this vehicle, but really the main difference between this and the Pz.IV H, and then the reason why I think the Pz.IV H is largely better, is that the Pz.IV H gets the better turret traverse, because it does have the power assist turret traverse. This, on the other hand, gets a better... booty. Okay. Got the track. This, on the other hand, gets a, I knew it! I knew there'd be someone behind me. Basically, all I was just trying to say there was that the Pz.IV gets the smoke grenade, or the Pz.IV gets a better turret traverse speed, about 50% better, whereas the Pz.IV J gets, in lieu of turret traverse speed, a slightly better attachment in the smoke grenade, actually a much better attachment in the smoke grenade launcher, and it also does not get side skirts. So it's a bit of a trade-off, but really, do I think that the Pz.IV J is worth it? Yes, if you're a collector, but I don't really see it as one of those vehicles that's absolutely transformative. Like I said, it's just a vehicle that's good for what it is, in that it's a Panzer IV. I mean, Panzer IVs are fantastic, and I love them. However, again, you miss out on a huge amount of turret traverse, and that really does hamstring its performance in-game. You know, you cannot quickly react to enemies, and that really sucks, to be honest with you. So, yes, I mean, I do recommend it for people who like Panzer IVs, but that's it. So that said, please, of course, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about this video and videos like it in the comments below, because I am planning to do more videos like this as time goes on. But either way, thanks again. I hope you enjoyed that 12 or 13 kill match in the very beginning. But like I said, a stock Pz.IV J and a top-of-the-line Pz.IV J, while they, you know, the top-of-the-line Pz.IV J is certainly better, it's not so much better to the point where it feels like a totally different tank. A stock Pz.IV J is just about as good because the stock round is just so fantastic. Again, thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.